Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, I want to show you how I've been using Max for Live to practice technical exercises such as scales, arpeggios, and patterns on all of my instruments. I came up with this method to try and bridge the gap between practicing technical exercises and improvising, and it does this by forcing you to stay on your toes, think fast, and adapt. I've made a lot of progress by practicing this way, and now I want to share this method with you. Let's check it out. So this is a Max for Live device that I've made called Practice Pal, which is available on my Ko-Fi shop, link in the description. I've been practicing with versions of this device for almost a year now, and it's been really good for me. Recently, I put a lot of effort into making it prettier and easier to use so that other people can enjoy it as well. I think this device can be fun and useful for musicians of all levels of ability and experience. So in this video, I'm going to show you first how I might recommend one of my students to use it, and then I'm going to show you how I like to use it. So in this box down here, you can type or paste anything that you want. The only catch here is that you can't use spaces, which kind of sucks, but if you replace all the spaces with hyphens or underscores, well, then it's still pretty usable. So let's say that I've just started learning my major scales, arpeggios, and pentatonic scales. In this box, I'm going to type major scale, pentatonic, scale, and arpeggio. So now when I hit go, Practice Pal will tell me which one to play, kind of like a friend who's helping you study with flashcards. So that's cool, but that's not all that Practice Pal can do. I can also tell Practice Pal what tempo I want to practice at, and Practice Pal will set that tempo in Ableton. So I can set the tempo here in this tempo box, and then if I turn the metronome on and press play, then I can practice with a metronome, which is always a good idea. Pro tip, you can adjust the metronome volume with this dial in the master fader. So Practice Pal can also randomize the tempo, which is great, because you're going to want to practice your exercises at different tempos. All you got to do is hit this set tempo box, so it turns to random tempo, and then you can set your tempo minimum and your tempo maximum, and then it will always randomize between the lowest number and the highest number. So in addition to choosing a random tempo and choosing a random exercise, Practice Pal can also randomize the key. You can select which keys it draws from by clicking on these buttons over here. So now when we hit go, Practice Pal will tell us what exercise to play, what tempo to play at, and what key to play it in. Another handy feature that Practice Pal has is a built-in drone. This is super useful for instruments where tuning is not automatic, so if you're a saxophone player, a flute player, or a violinist, you can always turn up the drone volume and use it to work on your tuning. If you want to hear the drone in a different octave, just hit the drone octave up down button. One last feature that Practice Pal has, and this one is probably my favorite, is the direction randomizer. Everything about Practice Pal is meant to keep you on your toes and think fast, but the direction randomizer takes this to the next level. When the direction randomizer is on, Practice Pal will tell you which direction you need to play your exercise in, and it's your job to react as quickly as possible. The faster the tempo, the more frequently Practice Pal will change the direction. Here's a quick demonstration. One last feature, Practice Pal will helpfully keep track of how many exercises you've completed so that you can set goals for yourself and feel good about your progress. There's also a reset count button here if you want to say, start again on another instrument. So how do I like to use Practice Pal? Well, unless I'm practicing a specific exercise, what I like to do is enable all 12 keys, and then I just make sure the random tempo and random direction are on. Over the past decade or so of playing the saxophone, I've amassed a long list of technical exercises that I like to practice, and because I'm a huge nerd, I have them all listed in a text file. I've already gone in and replaced all the spaces with hyphens, so I can just go select everything, copy it, and then paste it into this box. Then I just let my practice pal decide what to practice and how fast to practice it. Whew, that was challenging. So when you're practicing the random direction stuff, I think it's really good to keep in mind that the point isn't to do it as soon as possible and be right on it after it switches. I think the point is to change directions like as soon as you can, but without messing up. And it's the without messing up part that's really difficult, for me at least. And that's why I made Practice Pal, so that I could practice it and have a good time with it. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video. I'm gonna go practice. If you download Practice Pal, please let me know what you think. If you're still watching, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Happy practicing, and I'll see you next time.